They are all in line. We're ready for the start. They're off. And it was a very good beginning for John Hancock, who goes immediately to the early lead. John Hancock to the front as the field races out of the chute. John Hancock establishing the lead here out of the chute and onto the main track, in front by a length and a half. Vibe on the outside second. Comport is running along in third position. Then it's Allowance in fourth. Bullard is fifth through a 22.79 opening quarter mile. Then it's Attaché running in sixth, about 4 lengths off the lead. Vamos Carlitos is next, and then Praetor, Hoot Day, and Arrow Smash down on the inside. Farther out comes Key Waden. Behind horses, Mitochondria is next, and the trailers are Special Caliber and Racing Driver. 46.07 was that half mile racing for the far turn. John Hancock, a half length on top of Vibe. Bullard is third, 2 lengths off of them. Then Comport down on the inside. Attaché. Praetor is moving 4 wide. Key Waden 5 wide on the far turn. Then 2 back to Houday. Vamos Carlitos is next. The others have work to do from the back of the pack. They're coming to the top of the stretch, and Praetor rallies up on the outside of Vibe. Bullard is between those two. John Hancock has given way on the inside. 3 lengths back, and Houday is putting in a late run down the center of the track. But it is Vibe and Praetor. Vibe on the inside with the lead down to the 16th pole, and he's opening up late. From Praetor, Bullard, and Houday, it's Vibe. And Luis Saez, 4 in front under the wire. And then it was Bullard second, followed by Houday in a photo with Praetor.
Vibe pulling away late. There you see Todd Fletcher getting a win on Derby Day right away in race number 3. Luis Saez as well. Vibe, your winner in the Allowance race.
Yeah, Ahmed has been all over this horse for the last few days. It's an Allowance. There's a $3 million horse in here.
I was like, this doesn't compute.
Oh, yeah. Vibe was purchased for $3 million, bred originally by Mike Rapoli, who then sold him at auction and then bought back in for a half interest. So he is a co-owner, and it's already been a big day for Mike Rapoli. He won the first race here, a maiden race, with a really good maiden named Power Shift. They had disappointment yesterday with Zany and the Kentucky Oaks, but the day has started off well for Rapoli and Todd Fletcher. Great stalking trip by Vibe, ridden by Luis Saez, who was sitting right outside of the pace setter John Hancock during the early stages. The pace not particularly fast. Praetor moves up 4 wide into the stretch to challenge. At that point, John Hancock backs away, and the race was on. Praetor might have actually put his head in front there for a moment, but Vibe really fighting back along the inside. He's now won 3 consecutive races. He lost his career debut more than a year ago, but he has bounced back very well for Fletcher. A half-brother to a horse named Outwork, who won the Arkansas Derby for Rapoli and Fletcher not that long ago.
I mean, that is how random this sport can be sometime, because if you said Vibe won on Derby Day 3 or 4 years ago, 2 years ago, it's like, well, that's the Kentucky Derby, because $3 million, that's what you would expect, not race number 3 on the card. But now, after that late start, what'd you say, 3 wins in a row now?
3 wins in a row.
Who knows what the future holds for this horse?
And look at the price, 7-1 on Vibe. Is that correct? I don't know. But anyway, this is a horse that if he continues to develop like this, we might be talking about him in some of the other races, of course. Breeders' Cup would not even be out of the realm of possibility. This was an Allowance race.
Yes.
It's not a stakes race, but still. And also, we like to look at these early races to see if maybe the racetrack might be playing a certain way. Some of these early races.
See anything there?
Not really, because he stalked to the outside. And certainly you can't make the case that the racetrack is incredibly speed favoring. The pace wasn't particularly fast for the quarter and the half mile, but a good effort from Vibe.
You mentioned the early success today for owner Mike Rapoli, 2 wins in the first 3 races. He's got one of those co or tri favorites in the Kentucky Derby with Renegade. He hasn't had a winner. He's had 8 Kentucky Derby starters coming into this year, and so who knows?
Who knows?
Be a little early magic for Todd Fletcher and Mike Rapoli on this Derby Day. Vibe, $3 million horse, winning the $134,000 race number 3 here on Derby. Hey, a win is a win. High fives all around.